Peace up to the tribe. Where you guys been at? I missed you guys. Let me stop playing with the family. I just took a little break, family. I'm back at you. We are in the process of getting our permits so that we can go ahead and start building on the land. We're going to start off building a fence. And then we're going to build our first tiny home. So please stay tuned for that. Let me rewind real quick and just say appreciate all you guys for tuning in. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Brother Samal. Here at the Artist Journal, where we do paintings. We are painting a beautiful painting of Bob Marley. This is definitely one of my go-tos. Bob Marley is one of my favorite people that ever existed. He symbolizes so much as it pertains to the Black African experience. And just that, family. So we do art. We travel around Africa. Currently we are in Kenya. And we are gearing up to travel again back up to a region called Kilifi next week. So stay tuned for that. One of our good friends, Lavasti, big time reggae artist here in Kenya, is performing. So we're going to go up there and support him and just take a break from this particular region. It's always good to get out and about and move around the beautiful country of Kenya. Kenya has a lot to offer. A lot to offer. So for those of you who are looking to come over and just spend a little time, maybe a week, 2, 3 weeks, maybe a month, feel free to reach out. I'll give you some tips as it pertains to the different regions here in Kenya. So that's what we talk about here on this platform: art, a little bit of travel, and just situations and issues, and the issues don't always have to be negative. You know, just things pertaining to the African/Black experience here on the continent. So today we are painting Bob Marley, like I said, and I just want to talk about, let me see. Give me 1 second, tribe. I had some notes written down. Like I said, I pray that you guys are doing well. Not that one. We ain't talking about health today. Speaking of that, family, I've been noticing J Cafe and I, for one, we are plant-based, right? And we started, one of the things that we do as a couple, and this started like when we first met, a little over 3 years now. We made a attachment. What's that? We made a point to only eat one meal a day. And so the top of our day always start off with water, juice, fruits, and around 4:30, 5 o'clock, we always have our meal, right? And that's a dense plant-based meal. We stay away from rice as much as possible. When we do travel, we do partake in like Indian food. We may do Ethiopian food with injera bread, stuff like that. But for the most part, we stay away from rice and potatoes. And we do some chips. We do fries when we out and about. But that's not often. So my point is that I'm noticing that being in Africa, being in Kenya, the region that we're in is extremely hot, and we are very active. Also, we out and about, we running, and what I'm noticing is that I've lost weight, and I knew that was going to happen because when I was in Tanzania, I went to Tanzania. I was weighing about 190. By the time I left Tanzania a year later, I was 165. So I lost like 25 pounds. And I knew that the climate coupled with my diet and how I work out that I would lose weight. So what I'm trying to do now, and I don't mind losing weight as long as internally I'm fit and healthy, I don't have no problem with it. But at least I want to maintain 175, 180. I'm 6 feet tall, so I think for me, 175, 180 is my target. I don't want to get lower than 175. So I'm thinking I have to eat more. Instead of just the one meal for me, J Cafe, it seems like she's okay. But for me, I think I'm going to have to incorporate more avocados, more like yams and maybe some beans, in addition to the one meal that I have in the evening, just to regulate my weight, because I'm going to continue to work out. I'm loving this this workout piece that we on, gearing up for a 10K, and then the next step will be a half marathon, so I'm loving the energy. I'm loving the spirit from that, so I say all that to say, family, when you guys come to Africa, you will automatically lose weight. When you're in the West, when you're in America, we all know that the foods are heavy when it comes to the chemicals, the preservatives. You look at ingredients, there's 50 ingredients to peanut butter. And there should only be like one or two ingredients. Apologize, guys, this camera started to shake. I think I'm going to invest in another camera. It's like all of a sudden, this camera starting to act funny. But like I was saying, you come to Africa, you will lose weight. That's the least of your problems. Just checking on this camera. So family, J Cafe and I, we've been having different ideas. Well, let me talk about the idea that we created when we was traveling back and forth to the Gambia. We wanted to create something called Artville, Gambia. And Artville, Gambia consisted of like maybe an acre or two, and that will consist of like 6 to 8 tiny homes. And the idea we got really stemmed from a company out of America called Getaway Homes. These are homes that are designed for you to go to and just unplug from the hustle of the city. So these units can be anywhere from like 10 to 20 feet long, right? So it's like a cabin, or it can be a shipping container. It could be a trailer home. But it's designed like Getaway Homes. When you get there, they have these cellular phone and laptop boxes. So you will put your devices in there and you will lock them up for the time that you're there. So it's designed for you to tap in with yourself, or if you're there with a loved one, for you guys to like spend time with yourself, unplug and just be quiet, you know. And most of the getaways, you have a jacuzzi right there on the premises, so you're able to do that, a private jacuzzi. And they have a fire pit in case that you want to do like, you know, your marshmallows. If you want to cook food outside, you can do that. And this is something all year round. So if it's blistering cold outside, it's wintertime, you're able to, you can do your thing still, you know. High internet. If you don't want to unplug, you can do the, you know, you can go online and just do your thing. But it's really designed for you to not be online, to be off grid, to really tap in to yourself. So this idea that we had called Artville, Gambia, it's something that's still like in the forefront of my mind that I want to do. The land that a couple of friends of ours have, we was looking to replicate that idea there, maybe somewhat like an eco village. But just the timing, family, the timing isn't and wasn't right, you know, for that project. So we scaled back from that project, and the idea is still on my mind though. You know, I still want to create some small dwellings for people to be able to come and just unplug. You know, if you guys in Nairobi, you can just come down and unplug, you know, put your suitcase down, run to the beach, you know, no TV, no internet, no nothing, just wind down. But it's an environment where there's art everywhere. You know, you go in your tiny home, you got art up on the walls. The way that the home itself is made, it has an artsy feel, you know, and each dwelling I would have like a Bob Marley. This is the Bob Marley house, right? And then the next house may be Miriam Makeba house. You guys hear that rain? And one thing about rain in Kenya, it could come down hard like this for 5 minutes, and then the sun come out, it wouldn't even look like it rained. So one house can be like the Bob Marley house, and it'll have a Bob Marley theme. The next house could be Miriam Makeba, have that Miriam Makeba theme, you know, and et cetera, et cetera. So this first unit that we're going to build is going to be like we started off saying a 20-footer. But now we done moved that to a 30-foot long, maybe 14 feet wide, right? And it'll be your traditional small, tiny home situation. And this home will be designed for us just to make it up to the land, so we can be on the land, feel the energy, and start to do things on the land. And after that, a few months down the road, we'll start building our main house. So we will utilize the tiny home for family and friends when they come and visit. You know, it's going to be eloquent, it's going to be nice. Just because it's small don't mean it's not going to be luxury. It's going to be luxury. You know, so we're gonna begin. What's today? Tuesday. Maybe we'll start on that Thursday or Friday of this week. So guys, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. You know, so just looking forward to being up on the land, being here in Kenya. Just so many ideas come to mind. So many things you want to do. But J Cafe is always like reeling me back in. You know, it's a good idea, Samal, but maybe we need to wait a minute. You know what I mean? That's why it's so good to have a good woman in your corner that can, you know, kind of bring you back down to earth and just balance out the energy. You know, so that's where we at, guys. That's where we at. I wanted to also share with the family that I'm unable to do a lot of traveling and move around and do this and do that. So as far as the videos is concerned, what I want to do is pivot just a little bit. I want to do some village videos. I'm going to create a situation where you guys will be able to go inside and see the day-to-day living of village life. Show you guys how Watoto move, how the children move, how the elders move, how the women of the village conduct their affairs in the village. I also, because I'm also in a heavy mode of painting, family. I got a lot of painting that I need and have to get done. So while I'm here at the house, I want to do some reaction videos for you guys. So we'll pick a topic and we'll speak to the topic, right? And I'll do my reaction to the topics. And also I want to do more lives and make it interactive for subscribers. I want you guys to be able to come on and share in the dialogue. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to tune in with the family, catch up a little bit. I know it's been a few days since I've been on here and just been a little busy, family, but not busy enough to check in with the family. You know, I ain't that busy. You know, though it's a slower pace. You know, we're just a tad busy. You know, so I just want to remind the family that we are artists and this is our full-time occupation along with other things that we do here that bring in revenue. So check us out online. All of our contact and that QR code on the screen, tap it, it'll take you into a world of vibes and good energy and jewelry and art. And if you need any commission, please let us know. You see the Vibes Art Shop Artisans right there on the brim. This is how we live in, family. So yeah, that's how you can support us, guys, if you want to support. Other than that, please hit that like, share, subscribe to the platform. I'm your brother Samal here. I'm going to tune out just to tune back in. And don't forget to take care of yourself, guys. Peace out.